Yo, what is good, boys? Welcome back to the Creed Talk. Today we're going to be talking about Proverbs 10:2, and that states, "Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death." Righteousness saves us, right? It saves us as a person. It saves us as a soul, right? A child of God. It saves us. And if you never find righteousness, if you never live a life of righteousness, you will have no eternal life, right? You will not be saved, right? Quote unquote saved. But when you live a life of wickedness and constantly seeking the treasure of wickedness and seeking that short, quick dopamine boost, when you do something that you shouldn't, when you steal money, when you profit from others' losses, right? Essentially, I'm not talking about trading. I'm talking about, causing harm to someone to help you out, right? Things like this, all of this wickedness for the small, short-term treasure that you gain, it will lead to death. But when you focus on righteousness and you turn your life around to stop focusing so much on yourself and the lusts for yourself, and I'm not talking about lusts about sexual, I'm talking about lusts, I'm talking about vices that we all fall into, the lust to do specific things, the lust to only satisfy our wants, but not focus on the wants and the needs of others before ourselves, right? When I began to trade slowly over time, I began to realize I'm not doing this for myself at all. Yes, I don't want to work a job for the rest of my life, but I want to set up my family's generations to come. And I want to set my family up. I want my children and my wife to have an amazing life, right? And then literally generations to come. I want to save this bloodline, right, from working a job. I want to give, a business to my family, right? I have a specific side of my family. We went down there last week to Georgia, right? Alabama, around that area. And they're not super wealthy, right? But they make good money. They have a very prosperous business, okay? But they're really, I don't know how much money they make, but they're very down-to-earth people, right? That side of my family, they're very down-to-earth people, right? And they don't flash anything. They don't have, they don't spend all this money, right? They live a modest life, and they have a brick and mortar business that 3 generations ago, I'm not going to say his name, but pretty much my uncle, that's what we call him, his great-grandfather, so pretty much 3 or 4 generations ago, he built a business when no one else believed in him, because at the time there was no such thing as, I forgot what it's called, but they have a business where you sell, I forgot what it's called, but they have a business where you sell flowers. You sell all these different types of flowers, and that's pretty much their business, and they have a huge place for it, and they have a whole collection. Again, I forgot the name of it. Y'all probably do know it, but forgot what it's called. But it was unheard of at the time, 100, 150, 200 years ago, at the time, that there were these businesses, right, where they sell these flowers and actually make a good living, that were outside of cities, right? Because they're in the middle of the country, they're in the middle of nowhere, right? The country bumpkins, right? And at the time, there was no such thing, and no one believed in that guy, right? No one believed in him, and ended up, he became successful with it. He became very successful with it. And what happened? That one decision, him deciding to ignore what other people are saying, the negativity, the doubt, and everything, generations later, it is still running, and the family is blessed with it, right? The family is blessed with it. That's why I want to live a life of righteousness and set that example, set that business up for my family and generations to come, bro. Because that's what they're living off of. They don't have to worry about, I got to get a job, I got to go to college. They're all running a very successful business because of one man's decision. I want to be that inspiration. I want to be that light, and I want to change people's lives. I want to live a life of righteousness in Jesus' name, in God's name, right? Not for my own sake, not for my own wanting and my own desires of this world, but for God's instead. So I appreciate y'all, boys. If y'all want to join the Discord, it will be left down in the description. I will see y'all tomorrow, day 72. We have 3 days left. So I will see y'all then. Peace out.